She left behind her family, her culture, and everything she knew to pursue her dreams in a foreign land. Yangjie Li was a 25-year-old Chinese student who earned a scholarship to study architecture in Germany. Full of hope and excitement, she believed this opportunity was the key to a brighter future. But what began as a promising chapter in her life ended in unimaginable tragedy. This is the story of Yangjie Li, an ambitious young woman whose life was stolen in the most horrifying way. A case that exposed the sinister fantasies of her killers and left an entire nation in shock. Today, we uncover the chilling details of the brutal murder of Yangjie Li. Born in 1990 in Hunan Province, China, Yangjie Li was the pride of her family. Her parents had always encouraged her to aim high, and Yangjie didn't disappoint. She was bright, hardworking, and ambitious, traits that earned her a prestigious scholarship to study abroad in Germany. For Yangjie, studying in DenCel was a dream come true. DenCel is a small, picturesque town known for its rich architectural history, particularly as the home of the Bauhaus movement. The town seemed like the perfect backdrop for a young architecture student like Yangjie, whose passion was designing spaces that would stand the test of time. Yangjie quickly adapted to life in DenCel. Her professors admired her work ethic, and her classmates described her as kind and approachable. But Yangjie wasn't just a talented student. She was also deeply compassionate. Whether it was helping a friend with homework or volunteering for community projects, Yangjie was always willing to lend a hand. However, her willingness to help others may have unknowingly put her in harm's way. May 12, 2016, began like any other day for Yangjie. She attended her classes and spent the afternoon working on her assignments. As someone who valued her health and fitness, she decided to go for an evening jog, a routine she had followed many times before. But this particular evening would be her last. Unbeknownst to Yangjie, she was being watched. As she ran past a residential building, a couple noticed her and began plotting something sinister. Sebastian Fletch and Xenia Lang, a young, seemingly ordinary couple, saw Yangjie as the perfect target for their twisted desires. Yangjie didn't return home that night. When her friends couldn't reach her, panic set in. They reported her missing, and police began their search. But for 2 agonizing days, there was no trace of her. On May 13, 2016 Friday at 11 a.m., the search for Yangjie came to a devastating end. Her body was found in an abandoned courtyard near the residential building where she was last seen. The sight was horrifying. She had been subjected to hours of brutal assault and torture before being killed. Stories like Yangjie Li's are difficult but important to share. Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this tragic case? How can we create safer environments for everyone, especially international students living far from home? Leave your thoughts, reflections, or even messages of support for Yangjie's family in the comments below. Let's start a meaningful conversation and honor her memory together. Details of Yangjie's injuries were too gruesome to reveal in their entirety, but it was clear that her attackers had inflicted unimaginable cruelty. The brutality of the crime left the local community in shock and raised urgent questions. Who could commit such an act? And why? As investigators combed through evidence, neighbors reported hearing strange noises, screams, and banging coming from an apartment near the crime scene. Suspicion quickly fell on the occupants, 20-year-old Sebastian F. and his girlfriend, Xenia I. Sebastian and Xenia initially seemed like an ordinary couple. Sebastian was the son of 2 local police officers, and Xenia was described as quiet and unassuming. But behind closed doors, they shared a fascination with violence and domination. Their twisted fantasies had finally spiraled into real-life horror. Investigators found disturbing evidence linking the couple to the crime. Forensic analysis revealed that Yangjie had been lured into their apartment, where she endured hours of unspeakable abuse. DNA evidence and eyewitness accounts sealed their fate as the prime suspects. What drove Sebastian and Xenia to commit such a heinous crime? Investigators discovered that the couple had been fantasizing about committing acts of violence together. For them, Yangjie wasn't a person, she was a target, a pawn in their twisted game. This case leaves us with so many questions and emotions. What are your thoughts on Yangjie Li's story? How can we work together to ensure the safety of others, especially those far from home? We'd love to hear your perspective. Share your thoughts, feelings, or even a message of remembrance for Yangjie in the comments below. Let's use this space to start a meaningful and respectful conversation. Your voice matters. Let's honor Yangjie's memory together. Reports suggest that Sebastian was the dominant figure in the relationship, persuading Xenia to participate in the crime. Together, they executed their plan with chilling precision, showing no remorse for the life they had destroyed. The trial of Sebastian and Xenia captivated public attention, not just because of the crime's brutality, but also due to Sebastian's family connections. Many questioned whether his parents' positions in law enforcement had influenced the early stages of the investigation. Despite these concerns, the evidence against the couple was overwhelming. DNA analysis, eyewitness testimony, and their own confessions painted a clear picture of their guilt. In 2017, both Sebastian and Xenia were convicted of murder, sexual assault, and other crimes. They were sentenced to life in prison, though their lack of remorse continues to haunt those who followed the case. For Yangjie's family, the verdict brought some closure, but no punishment could ever undo the pain of losing their beloved daughter. Yangjie Li's murder left an indelible mark on the communities she touched. In both DenCel and her hometown in China, vigils were held to honor her memory. Her death became a rallying cry for greater safety measures for international students and a reminder of the darkness that can exist in even the safest of places. Yangjie's story is a stark reminder of how senseless violence can shatter lives in an instant. But it's also a call to action, a call to protect the vulnerable, to demand justice, and to ensure that such atrocities never happen again. Yangjie Li had dreams of building a future, of creating something beautiful in the world. Her life was stolen in the most horrific way, but her memory lives on. May her story remind us to cherish our loved ones and to fight for a world free from violence and hatred. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's honor Yangjie's memory by spreading awareness and standing against violence.